For the first ever Top Quad series, I chose a 2008 KFX450R. If you guys followed that series, you saw I won the competition with this thing. However, it has its shortcomings, that's for sure, and I really just barely edged out the win against Justin Sturgill. If you guys want to see that series, definitely check it out. I'll put a little tag right here, and there will be links in the description below. Now, most notably, these KFXs were not known for their handling and suspension. So as you can see, that's what we're going to be taking care of today. All right, guys, welcome back to the shop. It's been quite a while since I've been in here making videos. You'll notice I have a brand new rubber mat on the bench thanks to my pop. Pretty freaking sweet. So if you guys are new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Now you may be asking, why the hell did you pick a KFX for a challenge? If you guys aren't familiar with that challenge, we had a $3,000 budget, so I chose a KFX, but I didn't really choose a KFX. We had to stay within certain guidelines, and that's just kind of what fit the bill, and I figured it would be a competitive quad, and we won, so that's all that matters really. Now, I do want to address a couple things. There's just some stuff I really don't like the color scheme on the quad. If I had an unlimited budget, it would have been totally different. Definitely some lime green graphics, or maybe I got an idea in mind to possibly change that up. So while this might not be an entire build right off the bat, I do plan to keep this quad because I think it's good to have a nice, reliable quad. It's pretty mild-mannered. It's a 4-stroke. And when I go to places like across the country and stuff, and I have things like the 250R, things that are more prone to possibly failing, it's always good to have a backup quad. Now, that being said, we're not going to leave it 100% stock. And what I got in these boxes is pretty fucking sweet. So there's also something in here that's for you guys. We're going to open that up last. You're definitely going to want to stick around for that. But first things first, let's get into it, and we're going to open up this box right here. Well, it's not going to be a total surprise. I mean, you guys probably have a pretty good idea of what's in here. Damn. I honestly did not think this was my shock. Wow. Get you guys up in on some close-up action. Oh, shit. Oh, dude. Dude, this is GT Thunder linkage. Wow. Dude, that is a nice piece. Good thing I didn't get, I was gonna rebuild my stock linkage. Good thing I didn't. Damn, dude, that is sweet. This is what I really want to see. Oh man, I can't even fit it in the screen. Look at that, dude. Wow. All right, so we got some triple rate and some dual rate springs, baby. This is freaking sweet. These were rebuilt by Rocket Ron Racing. Dude is the man. I met him out at Little Sahara. Really nice guy. Now, before you guys jump the gun, when you're looking at the close-ups and everything, these are not brand new shocks. So these are rebuilds. If you guys saw the condition that these things were in before, they looked like hell, man. So you can send your suspension to Rocket Ron in any condition, and you can request any kind of services. So I got kind of a surprise package. I didn't really tell them exactly what I wanted. I just said I wanted them freshened up. And this is how they came back, and I'll tell you what, man, night and day difference. We got the triple rate springs, and he's got the Kawasaki green on there. I left this totally up to Ron, and he did an excellent job. He colored the shock bodies black, and we got dual rate springs in the back. I've never actually had suspension rebuilt, and I've never, I don't even think I've ridden a quad that has OEM shocks that are performance built. Like, I've had, you know, fresh shocks on an OEM build, but I've never done like a performance. Like, these have the triple rate springs. He has valved and rebuilt these for a 220-pound rider. I'm about 205 pounds, so with gear on, these should be pretty much perfect. The GT Thunder linkage was just a bonus. He threw that in there, I guess, as a gift. So thank you, Ron, man. This is going to be awesome. And that also saves me from having to rebuild the stock linkage. Plus, it just looks sweet, like I was saying before. Now, Rocket Ron doesn't just do ATVs. He does ATVs, dirt bikes, and he does side-by-side shocks. If you guys are interested in having your stuff done, you can give him a call. He can be found at rocketronracing.com. He's also on Instagram under Rocket Ron Racing. Give him a buzz, let him know what you're looking for, and he can set you up. I'm telling you, the guy's awesome. I know a lot of people that have their suspension done by him. I can't speak personally because I haven't actually run any of his stuff. This will be the first set that I've ever had, but I can tell you I've spoken with enough people and I've met the guy in person to be able to say that I'm sure he does a really good job. So I definitely have no problem endorsing him. And all right, man, so let's see what's in this other box. We have something that's going to match these pretty nicely, I think. All right, let's open up this. I already know what's in here. You guys do too, but you don't know what kind. Maybe you do, I don't know. Oh yeah. Well, this is a giveaway. Let's see if I can do this without making a mess. Oh, dude, the color. I don't know if you guys can see that. This must be an upper. Ooh. This is gonna be a good color scheme, man. Now I know what you guys are thinking. I can't believe you got full flight. You got roll design A-arms on your 250R, and now you're gonna go with full flight? Believe me guys, I'm well aware of the reputation that full flight has, and it's a big reason why I wanted to make this video, so that I can kind of alleviate any concerns that people might have if they're thinking about buying full flight A-arms. I'm not doing this because they called me up and said, hey, we want you to do a video on our A-arms and tell everybody. I actually met the owner at Little Sahara, Oklahoma, when we were out there for the 250R meetup, and the dude was just a class act. And up until that moment, I thought Full Flight was, you know, kind of a company that I wanted to stay away from. I had no idea that, you know, they had made a bunch of changes and stuff. They actually have new ownership. The guy that I met out at Little Sahara is the new owner. His name's Larry. Before I even get into this product, you know, the guy is a former motocross rider. I believe he did quads and bikes, and he did freestyle motocross. The dude knows what it feels like to have a good set of A-arms, and he also designed these, because these are the new Elite series. These were not even available with the previous owner from Full Flight. So Larry bought Full Flight, like I said, I think it was like 2 years ago. And when you buy a company, if it has any issues, that's kind of stuff that you get when you buy it. And you also, you know, that comes along with inheriting any kind of bad reputations that they have. And that's kind of been a huge hurdle for Larry at Full Flight, because Full Flight just didn't have the best reputation in the past. And he explained to me the issues and stuff. So I want to let you know right now, like I've never actually run the old style Full Flight A-arms. I've never run Full Flight ever. But I've had friends that have had them. I've ridden quads that had them on there. I know the issues with like the squeaking joints and stuff and fitment. So, you know, Larry has told me about the issues that most people complain about and what they've done to alleviate those problems. So right off the bat, you'll probably notice if you are a Full Flight user or you've had issues with Full Flight, these don't look like normal Full Flight A-arms. And that's because these are the new Elite series. So they have the Legacy series. Those are the more economy line. You can pick those up for like $400, and these start around $600. And there's a reason for that. But these are totally redesigned. The tubing, I believe, is thicker, and it is also redesigned so that it's lighter and stronger. So this is a totally different design than the Legacy series. Now the upper A-arms do kind of look like the older style, but they have upgraded ball joints. And from the traditional style that they used to have, these are a more premium. I believe they're self-lubricated. They're a little bit cleaner, and also the lower mounts are non-adjustable. They used to be adjustable on the top and the bottom, and people were complaining that there was just too much adjustability. And I agree with that. I like it the way that they did it here. Too much adjustability can kind of just get you in trouble, and if you don't know how to set up. Most people don't know how to set up suspension. I mean, realistically, I'm not really that great with that either. You know, there's certain camber and all that kind of stuff. So they've kind of taken the guesswork out of it. So that is the major difference between the Elite series and the Legacy series. Now the Legacy series isn't just the old version that everybody was complaining about. They may look like the old version, but they've also updated a number of the things that people were complaining about. I think the number one thing that they did when Larry bought the company, the jigs that they had to build these A-arms. So like, I'm not an A-arm builder, but I know when you build stuff, they usually have a jig. And it kind of helps you build and weld and tack everything into the right areas. And if the jig is messed up, then the product coming out is going to be messed up. It might look good, but I think that's where the fitment issues were with the old Full Flight A-arms. So the first thing he did was fix the jig so that everything is accurate. If you guys have put on aftermarket parts, anything aftermarket, whether it's quads, ATVs, dirt bikes, motor, frame, suspension, there's usually not perfect fitment. You know, sometimes it does, but a lot of times, especially with like suspension and bumpers and all that stuff, there's usually it's just slightly tweaked. So that kind of comes with the territory, but I think the old A-arms were like totally out there and whacked. And, you know, people complained about that, rightfully so. He also upgraded to TIG welding. It's going to be a stronger weld. It's going to be a prettier weld. Unfortunately, you can't really appreciate the welds on these because the powder coat kind of covers it up, but these are TIG welds. So the most notorious issue about Full Flight A-arms, and I knew about this without even owning them, is that they're squeaky. Everybody says they're really noisy A-arms, and I've seen it in videos too, man. People are like riding videos, you can hear them. It's like, dude, nobody wants their stuff squeaking. But what the reason that happens is because they're cheaper heims and joints. So there's a reason that they're in economy A-arm, and Full Flight is kind enough to offer the economy A-arm or the Elite series. So you kind of have an option. If you don't have the money for the Elite series, you can still get a good set of A-arms. You're just going to have heims that require a little bit more maintenance. And what I mean by that is they will squeak if you don't clean them. You know, people, they don't like to clean their stuff, and it's going to squeak. They're going to wear out faster. They need a little bit more maintenance. Spraying WD-40 on them doesn't work. That might make them stop squeaking for a short period of time, but that's going to attract more dirt. Larry recommends using a dry Teflon or a silicone spray to clean your heims if you do have the old style, or if you go with the Legacy series, which, like I said, still comes with the more economy heims and joints. Now, if you want the Legacy series, but you want to upgrade to a more premium heim, you can do that too, and then you don't have to worry about that. But they're giving you these options so that if you can't afford that stuff, you can still get nice A-arms. So that's my long-winded explanation of why I'm trusting to go with Full Flight. I think these look badass. I looked over all the welds and everything, man. The craftsmanship looks really good. So let's put them on the KFX, man. We'll see how the fitment is. And I think they're going to go together with those Rocket Ron shocks really, really nicely. So we're going to get to installing these in a second. If you guys are interested in purchasing your set of A-arms, regardless of the set that you get, doesn't matter what kind of quad it is, whatever, use the promo code Sabo at checkout and you'll get a free set of stainless steel braided brake lines. That's an $80 value. And you kind of need them because your OEM standard brake lines are not going to fit. So that's promo code Sabo at checkout. Now, before we get to putting this stuff on, you know, I'm getting all these new parts and stuff, and I feel kind of bad for you guys. So I'm going to show you what's in this box right here, because this is actually for you guys. Save the biggest box for you guys. I don't know if any of you guys can tell what these are just yet. They got these wrapped pretty good. This is from BP Racing.
One hour later.
That was just, I had to do that off camera. That was the most well-packaged item I think I've ever had to deal with. That literally took like 15 minutes. It was just too much for me. I've teamed up with BP Racing ATV, and we're going to be giving away this Banshee exhaust. They're FMF fatties. Great pipes. I used to run these on my Banshee when it was a stock bore. Really, really solid pipe. You got the PowerCore 2 silencers. And the best part is, these are really easy to chop down. Not that they don't sound good as they are, but that's what I did with mine. I chopped them down, and they sound really good with a shorty pipe. But regardless, these pipes are going to be absolutely free. And not only are we going to hook you up with the pipes, but I got to give you some swag, man. I can't have you getting a new exhaust and not getting some swag. So I'm going to give away one of my Full Floater t-shirts. It says "Making Quads Cool Again" on the back. So whoever wins this competition, you're going to get a full exhaust, the full-blown t-shirt. It's really easy to win, or to enter rather. And all you got to do is go to gleam.io. I'm going to have the link in the description below. I'm also going to have it pinned in the top comment. All you got to do is go there. You can log in with your Gmail, with your Twitter, I believe, and also you can log in with Facebook. Once you log in, you're already entered to win. And we are going to ask that you follow both BP Racing ATV and me on Instagram, and also subscribe to the channel. Once a winner is picked, we're just going to make sure that you did the things that we asked, and then these pipes and the t-shirt will be yours. All right, let's slide over to the KFX. Okay, guys, so the KFX is, it's a little apart. But I had really wanted to put these A-arms on and the suspension in this video and actually be able to take the quad out and everything. But I found something here. If you guys are KFX guys, you probably are 100% familiar with this, because I'm still learning. So this is the lower steering stem stop, and it also has the steering stem mount in here. And you can see mine's kind of, it's been botched. So if you watch the Top Quad series, that was the one issue, not really issue, but the steering had a little bit of play in it.
Like, that is, the steering is so loose, it's seriously, that is weird.
So I figured if I'm going to be doing the A-arms and everything, I went ahead and I bought a PivotWorks rebuild kit for this, and then discovered that there's a spherical bearing that goes here, and it's, I think it's non-replaceable. Anyways, I cut the bearing race, and I tried to press out the old spherical bearing so I could press a new one in, which doesn't seem to be available anywhere. So I went on McMaster-Carr and tried to find one. And long story short, I'm going to take this to Matt's because he's got a full machine shop, and we're going to mill this out so that I can put a regular ball bearing in here, and hopefully that will be an improved design, because apparently replacing this whole piece as a unit, it's just a faulty design and it's going to go bad really quickly, especially because I ride this thing like an animal. So sadly, we're not going to put the suspension and stuff on here because I could do the A-arms and all, and I think what I'll do is I'll put the stainless steel braided brake lines on in the meantime. But I would like to kind of just do everything at once and then be able to get it feeling all. So we'll do that in the next video. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. That's going to wrap it up for this one. I hope that you were informed by Full Flight, Rocket Ron Racing, and you also saw we got the BP Racing giveaway. If you guys are interested in getting A-arms from Full Flight Racing, you can hit them up at fullflightracing.com, and they are also on Instagram. I'm going to have all their information in the description below. Definitely check them out. If you have questions or anything, just shoot them a DM, man. The owner, Larry, really is a great guy. Also, if you want to have your suspension rebuilt, Rocket Ron Racing, man. The dude's super responsive. Give him a buzz no matter what kind of setup you have or what you want rebuilt. ATV, dirt bike, UTV, he's probably going to be able to hook you up. So just give him a buzz. Dude does great work. And don't forget about that giveaway. All you got to do is go to the link in the description below, sign up there, and you're ready to rock and roll. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and that you follow both BP Racing ATV and me on Instagram, and you'll be good to go. You also get hooked up with that t-shirt. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.